Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, and welcome to the Orange Islands, where the Trovita Cascade are hosting the Hearthome Haunts. The Haunts are going to start out with Driftbloom and Dusknoir, whereas the Trovita Cascade will be starting out with Kingdra and Politoed. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win today's battle, the 12th place Trovita Cascade or the 4th place Hearthome Haunts. Politoed's Drizzle is going to start the rain falling, and Dusknoir's got that pressure, so it's going to take up 2 Metronomes every time the Trovita Cascade use a move. Kingdra's going first with its Horn attack, which isn't going to affect the Ghost types. Ghost types have those double immunities to fighting and normal type attacks. Driftbloom's going to go with a Dark Pulse. Go straight for Politoed. Politoed flinches, that's a terrible start for Politoed there. Dusknoir now it's going to go and goes with a Tailwind, so it's going to boost the Hearthome Haunts' speed, making them go first for a number of turns. Brilliant for them. As always, this is a 6-on-6 Metronome battle, so if we hit that 20-minute time limit, we will go into single battle overtime. Driftbloom has that 150 base HP, and it's going to go with a Pound attack. Again targeting Politoed, so they're going to chip away at Politoed by the looks of it. Dusknoir now has 100 base attack and 135 defense and special defense. Goes with a Fire Fang on Kingdra, which barely leaves a mark on the dragon Water type, who flinches, so that's actually a little bit beneficial to the Hearthome Haunts. Flower Shield now from Politoed, but it will fail. Kingdra has 95 across its attack and defense stats, so it's very well rounded. Here goes Driftbloom. It's going to go with a Boomerang. It's going to hit multiple times, but it shouldn't be very effective. Although it takes Politoed down into the yellow with the first hit, that second hit, so it gets a decent amount of damage off onto Politoed. Dusknoir now in the 3rd ranked highest Pokemon on the Hearthome Haunts. It's going to go with the Roar, so it's going to send Politoed back to the bench. And out to the Cascade comes Blastoise, the water starter type Pokemon from the Kanto region. Kingdra now is going to go with the Solar Blade, so it's going to absorb some light on this turn and hit that Solar Blade on the 2nd turn. Blastoise coming onto the field. Very defensive, having that 100 defense stat and 105 special defense. Driftbloom now. Gonna go with the Endeavour. Won't affect Blastoise though. Hopefully Dusknoir can have better luck with its Metronome. It's gonna go with the Sweet Kiss. And that will land on Blastoise. So here we go, Blastoise is confused. Hopefully it can shake it off for the Trovita Cascade. And here comes that Solar Blade from the previous turn. And straight down onto Dusknoir. Not a great deal of damage. Blastoise, in its confusion, has damaged itself. So both these... Oh, but there's that Rain Dish, that hidden ability for Blastoise, so it's going to restore a little HP thanks to the rain. So both these teams are coming off 2 wins. Cascade have 2 wins and 3 losses for the season. Hearthome Haunts have got 3 wins. Sitting in 4th, they have an amazing percentage, so that whenever they win, it seems to be very dominant. There's a Vine Whip from Kingdra. So both teams... Trovita Cascade hoping to make their way up into the 8. Hearthome Haunts just want to get higher on that ladder. That growl from Driftbloom's going to lower the attack of Kingdra and Blastoise. Blastoise this time trying to shake it off the confusion, and it does, so it will get the Metronome out. And it's going to go with a Frost Breath. If it can hit Driftbloom, it should be super effective, but it looks like it's going for Dusknoir. Taking Dusknoir down into the yellow with that critical hit. Dusknoir with an opportunity to respond. Has a very slow speed stat of only 45. It's also going to go with an Ice type move. Going with the Aurora Beam for Blastoise. This shouldn't be very effective. Barely doing any damage to the Water type. But its attack will be lowered. That rain's going to stop, so no more Rain Dish ability for Blastoise taking effect. Kingdra now is going to go with the Vital Throw again, another move that doesn't affect the Ghost types. It's brilliant for the Hearthome Haunts. It's actually why they are my pick to win the entire season of the Elite Challenge League. Kingdra now is going to be left confused by Driftbloom. Whereas Blastoise is actually just snapped out of it, so it's going to be able to get these Metronomes off with no issue. It's going to go with a Burning Jealousy. It's going to hit both opposing Pokemon, continuing to chip away at Dusknoir. Driftbloom's still sitting in the green. Dusknoir's going to go with a Haze. Now, as always, in our description below, we do have a link to our Instagram page where you can get regular fixture updates as well as ladder updates. Kingdra hoping to shake off that confusion, and it does. And it's going to go with a no retreat. It's going to boost all of its stats, but it won't be able to go back into the bench. So it's going to boost that attack, defense, special defense, and the speed, all getting that boost. Driftbloom now. Gonna go with a Woodhammer. This is gonna be super effective. And it goes for Blastoise. Massive hit. Blastoise just holds on from that super effective move. Whereas Dusknoir now could actually finish it off. Blastoise gets an opportunity first. It's gonna go with a Thundershock. Surely it's gonna go for Driftbloom, and it does. Super effective, taking it down into the yellow. This is Dusknoir's opportunity. It's gonna go with a Splash. Very reminiscent of Magikarp. So Blastoise will survive another turn. That confusion again impacting Kingdra, and again it's able to shake it off. Kingdra's going to go with a quick attack. The third move now we've seen that won't affect the ghost types. Sludge Bomb now coming from Driftbloom. Looks like it's going for Blastoise, and it will finish it off. Blastoise has been eliminated from the battle. We'll be seeing Politoed come back onto the field shortly. Dusknoir's going to go with an Electro Ball. Not going to be doing much damage to Kingdra, however. Thankfully, that Dragon typing that it has will prevent the Electric type move from being super effective on it. Politoed comes back onto the field, so it's going to start up the rain again with that Drizzle ability. Kingdra hoping to continue the momentum, but it isn't able to shake off the confusion this time hurting itself. Driftbloom hopes to capitalize. It goes with the Flail, and it goes for Politoed, and Politoed's just holding on now. Similar position to what Blastoise was just in. It's going to respond with a Fell Stinger, and it's going to go for Dusknoir. It's not going to do much damage, however, being not very effective. Dusknoir with an opportunity to eliminate Politoed from the battle. It's going to go with a Fire Fang. This won't be very effective, but it will finish Politoed off. Politoed has been eliminated, so that's 2 gone for the Trovita Cascade, 2 turns in a row. 4th Pokemon now come out for the Trovita Cascade, and it's Milotic. Another one of the top 3 ranked Pokemon for the Trovita Cascade, along with Kingdra. Has that 100 special attack and 125 special defense. Kingdra again isn't able to shake off the confusion. Milotic now. That speed advantage going to the Trovita Cascade. It's going to go with a Plain Ice, so it doesn't get off an offensive move onto Driftbloom. Driftbloom's attack will be lowered. Driftbloom now. It's going to go with a Metal Burst. Unfortunately, it'll fail. Dusknoir looking to capitalize for its team. It's going to go with a Magnetic Flux, and that's also going to fail. Just not having luck on that turn with the Hearthome Horns. Kingdra finally snaps out of its confusion. It's going to go with a Disarming Voice. This should hit both opposing Pokemon. Taking them both down into the red. Dusknoir and Driftbloom are hanging on, but Milotic could actually finish either of them off here. It's going to go with a Leaf Storm. Better to target Dusknoir. Instead goes for Driftbloom. Regardless, Driftbloom has been eliminated by the not very effective move. Milotic's special defense will be lowered, but Driftbloom is out of this game. Dusknoir now hoping to avenge its teammate. It's going to go with a Brave Bird, so it will get recoil damage. Dusknoir may actually eliminate itself with this move. Decent damage to Kingdra, but Dusknoir has eliminated itself. That recoil damage from the Brave Bird, so that's now 2 Pokemon from the Hearthome Haunts and 2 from the Trovita Cascade. Just like that, the Cascade are back in this battle. Now have Gengar coming out for the Hearthome Haunts. Coming out alongside it will be Aegislash in its shield form. If it goes for an offensive move, it will turn into its blade form. Aegislash currently has 140 base defense and special defense, but when it goes to its blade form, they will become its attack stats. Another move that's not going to affect the ghost type is that Terrain Pulse. Gengar's going to go with a Bone Moraine. Kingdra avoids that attack. Everyone's dodging everything here on the battlefield. Gunk Shot now, which isn't going to affect Aegislash because of its Steel typing. Aegislash being immune to both normal, fighting, and poison type moves. And Aegis Slash switches to its blade form, and now it's going to use a poison type move in Shell Sidearm, targeting Kingdra. Kingdra has been left with in the red, but it has been poisoned. I do not see Kingdra surviving the end of this turn. And it won't, thanks to Aegis Slash with that Shell Sidearm and being left poisoned. Kingdra has been eliminated from the battle, and the Hearthome Haunts have finally taken the lead. Gyarados now comes out to join Milotic. Gyarados having 125 base attack with that 100 special defense. So we've now seen all 3 top ranked Pokemon for the Trovita Cascade. Gengar's going to go with a Swagger. It's going to boost the attack of Gyarados, which is already impressive as I just mentioned, but it will leave it confused. This could greatly hinder the Hearthome Haunts if Gyarados can shake off the confusion. Milotic's going to go with a Mega Horn. This will actually hit, and it's going to go for Aegis Slash. Still, it's not very effective. Aegis Slash being very resistant. Gyarados is able to shake off that confusion. Hopefully it can capitalize on that boosted attack. It's going to go with the Giga Drain. Targeting Gengar. Again, another move not doing much damage to the Ghost types, and that Cursed Body is going to disable Gyarados' Metronome. So now it's just going to be struggling, so it's going to get the recoil damage every turn. A Heal Bell coming from Aegis Slash, but unfortunately it'll fail. And there's that rain disappearing from the battlefield. Gengar has that 110 base speed. It's going to go with a Vital Throw. Targeting Milotic, not going to do a great deal of damage. It needs to capitalize on its special attack of 130. Milotic's going to go with a Worry Seed, but unfortunately it's going to fail. There's that confusion for Gyarados, and it actually hits itself. So regardless, Gyarados is going to be doing damage to itself in this battle, because it's either going to struggle or hit itself in the confusion. Aegis Slash is going to go with the Shift Gear, so it's going to boost its stats. Raising that speed stat, as well as the already previously mentioned impressive attack. So if Aegis Slash is able to go first, it can hit so hard, and it will be going first. It could eliminate Pokemon with one attack. And it's going to just go with the spikes, however, so whenever a Pokemon comes onto the Trovita Cascade side of the field, they will receive damage from that spike, those spikes. Gengar now is going to go with a Jaw Lock. Continuing to target Gyarados, being taken down into the yellow. Milotic now is going to go with a Guard Swap. And it's actually doing it, switching it with the very low defense stats of Aegis Slash. Gyarados having no moves left, it's going to use the struggle, so it's going to do massive damage to Gengar, taking that down into the red. But Gyarados' recoil damage will also take itself down into the red. Aegis Slash could capitalize on this and eliminate Gyarados from the battle. It's going to go with a Super Fang, however, so it's just going to halve the health of whoever it attacks, halving that health of Gyarados. Gengar now with an opportunity to finish it off unless it goes for Milotic. It's going to go with a Wrap. And it will target Milotic, so now Milotic's going to be taking damage in between turns. Milotic now is going to go with the Court Change, so it's actually going to move those spikes onto the Hearthome Haunts side of the field. So if any Pokemon now comes onto the field for Hearthome Haunts, they'll receive damage. And Gyarados again, snapping out of that confusion, uses the struggle on Aegis Slash and eliminates itself with the recoil damage, whereas Aegis Slash holds on just barely hanging in there. There's that damage in between turns being taken to Milotic from the Wrap. Last Pokemon now coming out for the Trovita Cascade, and it's Golduck. Golduck has a 95 special attack. It's actually got no stats higher than 100. That special attack being its best. Aegis Slash now. That boosted speed, it's going to use the Mach Punch. It's decent damage to Golduck. Gengar looking to follow up, and it's going to go with a Water Shuriken. It's going to go for multiple hits. Gets 2. It's not going to do much damage to Water type Pokemon though. It's got 3. It's got 4. It'll get all 5. Not very effective as mentioned. Golduck now with its opportunity to strike, see if it can capitalize on that special defense. Gonna go with the Belly Drum though, so it's just gonna halve its HP and max out its attack stat. So Golduck is already susceptible to being eliminated, its HP already being in the yellow. Milotic now is gonna go with a Cut And more moves that don't affect the ghost typing. There's that wrap again, impacting on Milotic, taking it down into the yellow as well. So Aegislash and Gengar are in the red, Golduck and Milotic are both in the yellow. For the Hearthome Monster, they still have another two Pokemon sitting on the bench. Icicle Spear now coming from Aegislash. This could finish off whoever it hits. If it can hit 5 times, it's got 2 on Milotic, but not very effective. It only hits twice. Gengar with an opportunity. It's going to go with a Whirlpool. So more moves that aren't very effective on the water types. But Golduck's now going to be taking damage from that Whirlpool in between turns. So Golduck does not have much time left in this battle. It goes for Guillotine, but it won't affect Aegislash, and it already had very low accuracy. Milotic's going to go with a Screech instead of using an offensive move. So Aegislash and Gengar are still hanging on with their very low health left. Aegislash's defense has been harshly lowered. Not that Aegislash will survive any more attacks, and Golduck is just holding on from that Whirlpool. Milotic again taking damage, and it's just holding on from the wrap. So everybody on the field, if they take a hit, they are eliminated, which is terrible for the Cascade, because they're down to their last 2. This is Aegislash's opportunity to take out either Pokemon, and it's going to go with a Razor. This will actually hit both. And they're both going to be eliminated with that super effective move from Aegislash. The Hearthome Hornets have continued their impressive showing of dominating when they win. This is unbelievable. Only losing 2 Pokemon in the entire battle. Hearthome Hornets continue their fight to try and get on top of the ladder. Unbelievable. Surely they're not going to be 4th at the end of this round, permitting the teams above them lose. But unbelievable. I cannot believe the showing they just had against the Trovita Cascade. Hopefully the Trovita Cascade have better luck next week when they go to Four Tree City and take on the Four Tree Flyers. Whereas the Hearthome Hornets will actually be travelling to Cinnabar Island to take on the Cinnabar Flare, which I think will be a fantastic matchup of 2 very strong teams. We will definitely want to hope to build some momentum as they are currently near the top of the ladder as well. Unbelievable though, that after losing 2 Pokemon, the Hearthome Hornets did not lose any more, were able to eliminate 4 in a row. And that Razor Leaf from Aegislash, taking out 2 at once. Very impressive showing with Gengar and Aegislash both sitting in the red for so long. And Aegislash especially with that very minimal defense after switching stances. But as always, Nidorinas and Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was best on field. And always remember, you are awesome, and I will speak to you next time.